you're struggling losing weight, this is how you're going to do it. Seven habits that make fat loss feel automatic. These aren't like your common, oh, go eat low calorie foods and go walk on the treadmill. You know, I feel like these are a little bit different. I say that. They're a little bit different. Just hear me out. Alright. First one is going to be stacking your cardio throughout the day with post-meal walks. Easy way to get 30-40 minutes of cardio in your day without even trying. So all you're going to do is every time you go eat, just go for a 10-minute walk afterwards. This is so great because, one, your mood is just through the roof the entire day. Walking just helps you clear your mind and helps your day just to slow down. And so your mood is great. That's the first pro of this. 2, it takes zero willpower. Takes zero willpower to go walk for 10 minutes. Even if you feel like shit, even if you're in a rush, I still am like, okay, I can go knock out quick 10 minutes. Like, this will be actually kind of enjoyable. And 3, like I said before, this is an easy way to stack up 30, 40, even 50 minutes for some of y'all of cardio in your day. So for me, I eat 4 times a day. Easy way to stack 40 minutes of cardio right there. Then if I go hit 20 minutes of basketball, like we'll get into later, that's an hour of cardio a day. That's a shit ton of calories, and I'm gonna lose a shit ton of weight. There's a whole bunch of science behind this, but it helps with your digestion, your blood sugar, and in result, helps with fat burning. So just do it. Just listen to me. Next, only drink 0-calorie drinks. This first bullet point is going to tie into the next one, but that Starbucks drink that you're getting at fucking 8 in the morning is a milkshake. You're not getting a coffee. Yes, it has caffeine in it, but you are getting a 500-calorie milkshake that has well over 50 grams of sugar, and you, like I was talking about in my last video, you're putting yourself on this high, and you're going to have to pay for it later, so you're going to feel like shit for the rest of your day. So yeah, you're going to enjoy a little coffee for 10 minutes, just to feel like shit for the rest of the day. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. Stick to black coffee, stick to sparkling water, stick to 0-calorie drinks. Become a Diet Coke fiend. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, aspartame. Don't worry about that right now. You can worry about eating clean food once you actually start losing weight and you're consistent. Right now, we're just trying to get on the consistency train, and how you do that, you eat things that maybe aren't the most healthy for you ingredients-wise, but are gonna make you lose weight. To understand this, think of it this way. Calories determine your weight. Macros determine your body composition, so how, jacked you look, toned, whatever. And then the quality of the food you're eating, the chemicals and all that you're eating, determine how you feel. Right now, we're just focused on the calories. We are just focused on this one thing. Once you become consistent, once you master this, then we can move on to the macros. And then once you master this, we can move on to the ingredients. So, like I was saying, become a Diet Coke fiend. Coke Zero, Fresca, whatever the other, 0-calorie drinks are. There's billions of them out there. Become obsessed with those. Become obsessed with sparkling water, and learn to drink black coffee every day. Espresso shots, Americano, whatever you want to do. This is, first of all, just going to avoid a crash. You're going to feel better throughout the day, but as well as you are now avoiding 500 calories to start your day. You're now starting at 0, as you should. You are also avoiding a lot of added sugar, which is going to make it really hard to lose weight. I'm not going to get into the science of that, but just know it makes it pretty hard to lose weight when you're eating a shit ton of added sugar. Next, as I was saying, this rolls into the next point, intermittent fasting. I know everyone hears this shit. Okay, we all know intermittent fasting is. I'm not going to explain it. But you need to be doing it if you're on a cut, and let me explain why. It lowers your eating window to only a couple hours. Let's say, for me, I think it's 8 hours. So I eat my first meal at noon. So I wake up at 6 every day, a.m. First meal at noon. Last meal is at 8. From 6 to noon, let's say I don't really get hungry till about 10, just to be honest with you. And once I start getting hungry, there's something about it. When you haven't eaten yet, it's more doable. When you have eaten before, then you get hungry again. It's for some reason it's just harder for me to ignore that hunger. But when I haven't eaten yet, I can go till like 1 or 2 without eating. And yes, I'll be hungry, but it's not like, oh, I need to eat. It's like, oh yeah, I'll get around to it. Something about it. I don't know what it is. But from 6 to about 10, I'm just not even hungry at all. I'm still like waking up. At 10, once I start to get hungry, that's when you just pop open a sparkling water, a Diet Coke, a whatever 0-calorie carbonated drink that you want, and a coffee, a black coffee. That's 0 calories. The carbonation is going to keep your stomach full. The caffeine is going to suppress your appetite. And you're going to be chilling, and it's going to be 12 or 1 or 2 before you know it. And you're like, damn, I haven't eaten yet. Let me go eat. Also, this does improve insulin sensitivity. It boosts your mental clarity. Again, I don't want to get too sciencey on this, so just trust me. Okay, you can go look it up for yourself if you want. But just know, we're going to intermittent fast till 12. Last meal is at 8 p.m. And we're going to suppress our appetite in the morning with sparkling water or a 0-calorie drink in combination with a black coffee on the side. Next, this is a huge one, but only keep low-calorie fruit in your house. Get rid of all your processed snacks. Get rid of all your snacks in general. Anything that could be a snack, get rid of it. Replace it with only fruit. Pre-wash it, have it diced up, whatever, in containers, ready to go on Sunday, so that for the rest of the week, whenever you get hungry, you can't go get chips. You can't go get a protein bar or just some shitty snack in general. When you're hungry, you only have one option, and that's fruit. And really, keep it low-calorie fruit. Strawberries, blueberries, watermelon, all great options that you can just devour a shit ton of it and still keep yourself in a low-calorie binge, if you want to put it that way. So this lowers the willpower that you need to stay on a diet, so you aren't tempted. You don't have a choice to do the bad thing. You only have the choice to do the good thing. That's why I love this so much. Because also a lot of times when we feel hungry, our brain is just bored. We just want a little snack. So for me, I know that I can eat a couple of strawberries or a couple pieces of watermelon or whatever, and I'm satisfied actually. I wasn't actually that hungry, I was just bored. So if you can set up your environment for success, then you're gonna win. Next one, eat low carb for your first meal. Now I'm not like anti-carb like some people are, but I will say starting your day with carbs spikes your insulin and leads to cravings later. If you eat low carb in the morning, you're gonna have steady energy, fewer crashes, and technically it's going to put your body in a more fat burning state. We won't get into that. But just trust me on this one. Trust me. I think a lot of you, if you just try this for a week, you'll actually realize you feel a lot better between the intermittent fasting and eating low carb for your first meal. I know that I feel great whenever I do this. And I just feel so locked in. I feel like I'm on Adderall almost. I am just so zoned in when I do this. Something about carbs can just inhibit my mental clarity. So give this a try. I give you some examples here: eggs, avocado, turkey bacon, chicken sausage, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. There's a whole bunch of options you could do out there, and it doesn't have to be breakfast food either. But the gist of this is, if you intermittent fast, eating low carb, more high fat, high protein for your first meal is going to curve the cravings and all that to where you don't need to eat as much for a long window, let's say 4 or 5 hours, because you had this low carb meal. Okay, whenever I hear people talking about cutting or trying to lose weight, they always talk about eating salads and chicken, broccoli, rice, and all that, which is fine if you want to do that. But the big thing I tell people to focus on is getting protein in. That's going to keep you full and satiated, as well as eating high volume. What I mean by this is just eat food that is low calorie but high in volume. Good example, lettuce. You can eat a whole bag of lettuce for what, 10 calories? So the example I gave here is a taco salad. Okay, this week I had taco salads for my meal prep for lunch, and it was literally a mountain of lettuce and a whole pound of 90-10 ground beef. This gives me plenty of protein, a decent amount of fat. Those two are going to keep me satiated, as well as a whole lot of volume. It was a massive bowl of taco salad, which that also kept me satiated. So volume eating controls your hunger, as well as eating high protein can control your hunger and keep muscle while you're cutting. Last one we'll get into is find cardio that you enjoy. Everyone's like, oh, I gotta go do cardio. They immediately just think I'm gonna go on a run or I'm gonna go walk on a treadmill. Running is just miserable. I don't know why people enjoy it. And walking on a treadmill is the most boring thing in the world. Find cardio that you actually enjoy. For my guys out there, basketball, Muay Thai, shadow boxing, boxing on a bag, some sports league you can join, biking, hell, go jump on a trampoline. I don't care. Whatever gets your heart rate up, that's all that matters. That's what cardio is, just getting your heart rate up. The reason I'm making such a big emphasis on making your cardio actually fun is because when it's fun, you actually stick to it and you actually want to do it. You don't dread it all day. So for me, it's like, okay, I got already 40 minutes of cardio with my post-meal walks that take no willpower to do. They're actually kind of enjoyable. I do them outside, my mood's great, yada, yada, yada. Then I come home, I'll go play 20 minutes of basketball, and boom, that's an hour of cardio in my day. And it was all enjoyable. I genuinely enjoyed my cardio. So find things that get your heart rate up that you enjoy and just consistently do those. Find multiple ones. So if you don't feel like playing, for example, basketball today, well, I'll go just, hit the punching bag. That's fun, whatever. Or you can get into like habit stacking or whatever that's called. Whatever the thing is called from James Clear's book, where you pair something bad with something good. So for example, you could do a treadmill walk, but you get to pair a show that you're really into and get to watch it while you're on the treadmill. So you could do something like that as well to make it more enjoyable to where you actually stick with it. That's my 7 not so common tips on how to actually lose weight and make it not miserable. I went from 230 to 175 all in a summer, and these are the things that I did. I didn't track my calories too strictly at that time, and I still had fun. I went out, drank with my buddies, did whatever, but still managed to lose a really significant and life-changing amount of weight. So implement these, tell me how it goes, and I will see you in the next